With Donald Trump's return to the White House, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky faces mounting pressure and a major shift in US foreign policy that could dramatically alter the course of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Trump's proposed peace plan is already sending shockwaves through Kyiv, an 800-mile demilitarized buffer zone patrolled by European troops, where Russia would keep its territorial gains and Ukraine would be excluded from NATO membership for the next 20 years, according to various news reports. This plan signals a decisive pivot away from America's deep commitment to Ukraine under the Biden administration, leaving Zelensky increasingly isolated as Europe is urged to shoulder the responsibility for peacekeeping.
Today, I believe that President Donald Trump truly wants a fast solution. Wanting that doesn't mean it will be that way. I say this without accusation. I just say that we are where we are. We are at war with Russians, and it's a fact. This is the hardest enemy of this century. And I don't only talk about human rights here. Surely people are foremost important. I say that a person, Russian President Vladimir Putin, wants to tear Ukraine to pieces. And it's a big challenge because it's a very big country.
In a vision that prioritizes American interests, Trump's team has asserted that Ukraine's European allies should bear the financial and military costs for the buffer zone, keeping US soldiers out of Eastern Europe. We are not sending American men and women to uphold peace in Ukraine, a Trump staffer told the Wall Street Journal. Instead, Poland, Germany, Britain, and France would bear the brunt of maintaining the zone, a demand likely to rattle European allies who have committed to supporting Ukraine but may be reluctant to assume the entire burden alone. Russian officials like Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu have welcomed the shift, suggesting the West should recognize the current realities and start negotiating. Shoigu's comments align with Moscow's strategic interest in freezing the current front line in Ukraine, an outcome Zelensky has staunchly resisted. Meanwhile, President Vladimir Putin congratulated Donald Trump on his election victory in the Russian leader's first public comment on the outcome of the US vote.
I do not want to comment now on what was said consciously during the election campaign. I think it was said deliberately in the fight for votes, but it does not matter. What was said in the desire to restore relations with Russia, to help end the Ukrainian crisis, in my opinion, seems to deserve at least attention. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate him, Donald Trump, on his election as President of the United States of America. I've already said that we will work with any head of state who is trusted by the American people. This will indeed be the case in practice.
Zelensky warned this week that making concessions to Russia would be suicidal for Europe, urging continued military support rather than compromise.
We want a just end to this war. I'm sure that a fast end of war means losses. Losses. And I think, if it's very quick, I don't know about this idea. We didn't discuss it with President Trump. I think that he will prepare with his team some proposals or views, his views.
Trump's approach, however, reflects his long-standing America First philosophy, emphasizing that European allies must lead in addressing regional security issues. Trump's advisors assert that without US involvement in frontline peacekeeping, the conflict could still be contained, but with European forces ensuring regional stability. While Britain, France, and Germany have pledged to back Kyiv for as long as it takes, Zelensky faces the grim reality that Trump's administration could force Ukraine's allies to take a new pragmatic stance on peace.